everybody, and welcome to the Makers of Minnesota podcast, where we talk to cool people doing cool things. I first ran across Jess Berglin when I was at a festival outside of Able Brewing, and right away I noticed these cool vintage glasses, and they were filled with different types of candles. And I was quick to discover that Flicker and Fizz is not only a candle maker, but a fellow cocktail lover. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
Yeah, Jess, this is a really cute and clever idea. So tell me how you got started.
Yeah. So I think I have to start with my love of vintage glassware. Like I have been shopping for it, sourcing it, obsessing over it for years. And I joke with a lot of my friends because every time I go thrifting or antiquing, I'm like, I found these. Do you like them? Do you want them?
Yeah.
I just need a reason to buy it just because it satisfies this thing inside of
Yeah,
me
for
to
sure.
have it. And for myself, I usually buy it for theme parties that I throw. So I'm always looking for really unique glasses to fit the theme that I want to entertain around. And then I kind of realized that they could become these really cool candle vessels, and that the cocktail pairing side of it really creates this neat kind of at-home curated experience for people to enjoy. And it's kind of my way of bundling this passion for theme parties into a concise gift, I guess, for
Yeah.
lack of a better term.
Well,
So
you sound pretty fun. So let's just start there. Like, what kind of themed parties are you having and why? Just for fun?
So every year on my birthday, I throw myself a wild, themed birthday bash. And so my birthday is February 1st. And the only reason that that is important is that there is nothing else to look forward to in Minnesota that time of year. It's holidays are over, New Year's is come and gone. You're in a month into your New Year's resolutions. Nights are long, and
Yeah.
you just need a reason to get out and gather in a fun and creative way. And it's something. Let's see, how many years have I been doing this now? 13, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I just turned 37 this year, and I think I started with my either 23rd or 24th birthday. And yeah, it's just all of my friends now have just become gung-ho over kind of picking out their ensembles, and none of them even dress up for Halloween. It's no, we don't do Halloween, but Jess's birthday, we'll go all out. So
That's
yeah,
fun.
it
So
really
is it always like a vintage theme?
not necessarily. So this past year I called it my art party. So everyone had to dress up as a famous work of art or artist or something along those lines. And so yeah, for the glassware side of it, I had all these little vignettes and then the themed drinks to go with them. A lot of them were champagne based. So I kind of had done all my really cute turn of the century etched coupes and some
Yes.
brightly colored ones. Actually here I actually these blue iridescent
Oh,
ones, kind of
yes.
really cool. So yeah, it's I love that it kind of just runs the gamut of whatever I can find and however I can bring life to it. So
Okay, so you buy this vintage glass and then you make a candle
yep.
and you pair it with a cocktail. So is the candle smelling like the cocktail? Is it's just a candle?
No,
Okay.
no. So I like to tell people that the pairing is more so meant to create a certain vibe or ambiance versus this is an old fashioned candle. It smells like your old fashioned. That's not really my
You're
goal. Just
not Yankee Candle.
no, we're not Yankee Candle, but it's okay, I like to have, when I'm drinking an old fashioned or Manhattan, what's the vibe that I want to set for that? And
Smoky,
kind of
fiery,
smoky, fiery, just chill and just warm. So ambery and
cinnamon.
Yep, exactly. And so yeah, they're meant to kind of go with one another, not smell and or taste like one
Got
another.
it. Got it. Okay. That's great. So you have different versions. How many of these do you have so far?
So right now for spring and summer, I have 5 main ones that I'm doing, and I just debuted a new one this year. And then I have some like year-round ones too that kind of can sort of transcend season and be sort of popular year round. But yeah, for summer and spring seasonal, I have a couple of like really great bright citrusy ones that are paired with so actually the candle is called Citrus Fig, and then the cocktail pairing that I have for that is a basil fig smash. So it's basically bourbon with basil leaves and fig jam that you muddle with lime juice, then you top it with ginger beer. So it just like it's a great like patio party kind
Yeah.
of drink, and same with the candle scent. Like it's just a feels like summer to me. So
Were you a mixologist? Or
I
how did you
wasn't,
come up with the
no.
cocktail part?
It honestly stems from just how much entertaining I do, and like wanting a reason to like do this cocktail or this cocktail. And it like I have a couple in my back pocket that I've been like, all right, I really want to do this cocktail. What are when do I want to do it? What kind of scent do I want to build around it? And it's like I have to have everything like aligned in my head to like
Yeah.
really be gung-ho about it.
So you have your website, Flicker and Fizz, and then I know you
Mhm.
do pop-up markets. Are you
Yeah.
also in retail locations?
Yeah, so I'm just starting to get into retail locations. I am the resident candle maker at Oleo Vintage in Northeast Minneapolis. And then I have a couple of retail partners where I've done some like private label sort of stuff for them, all in the vintage glassware. I have like these really cool, like big decorative pieces versus like the cocktail glassware type
Yep.
stuff that I do for them. But yeah, and I'm sort of building my arsenal of retail partnerships right now. So yeah.
Is this full-time work for you? And were you an artist before, or tell me about that?
Yeah, I've always been a creative. It's not a full-time thing, so I'm hoping I can build it up to that point. But yeah, I've always had a creative side, and my dad was a high school art teacher for years and years, and so I think um yeah, that side of me has always been present, and I knew I wanted to be like a creative entrepreneur for a long time. Like that stirring was within me, and I just didn't know what it was going to be until I had this like harebrained scheme for Flicker and Fizz. And honestly, like as soon as lightning struck, I had it all pulled together in like 10 minutes, because it was just like it was like, yes, this is what it
Yep.
needs to be. And it was like I was just waiting for that moment and that lightning to strike. And it kind of has just fallen into place since then. So
So the lightning strikes, and then did you have money set aside, or how did you fund your business initially? And is it to
it's
spend cash and carry as you go?
yep. I've just kind of bootstrapped from the beginning, and just doing what I can and moving things forward. And
Have you
yeah.
had some show? You do a lot of shows. Have you had shows that have been like a bust, or that you didn't get the value out of them? And do you
Yeah.
have any advice for makers that like, how do you choose what to do?
Right. It's honestly a lot of trial and error. And I've been really fortunate to make a lot of friends with fellow vendors, and just building a network of support to ask, like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this event. Have you done it? Um, would you recommend doing it again? That kind of thing. And just being able to have those open and honest conversations with my colleagues has been invaluable,
What
really.
what percentage of your business is between Thanksgiving and New Year's?
Oh my gosh, probably a quarter of it.
Oh, I would have thought it would be more.
Um, Yeah, I mean, that is my bread and butter time of year. And so I'm only entering into my like second full-time year of having the full like gauge of
Yep.
seasons. But yeah, I'd say in the realm of like 25 to 40%.
So if you have your full-time work or your job, like your paying job, and then we'll call this like you're on your way
Fun job.
to being more than a hobby job, like you
Yeah.
must work every day during the high season.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much from end of September through the end of the year, I am like not available.
Hustle, hustle, hustle.
Yeah, it is. It is.
How do you source your glass, or are you just on the vintage finds and people now know to look for you? And
Yeah, I source all over the place, honestly. Like I thrift a lot of it, antique malls, estate sales, and I have started getting people who find me at shows and they're like, I wish I would have known you exist, like because we just cleaned out my grandmother's, my mother's like
yep,
china cabinet. Are you and or if they have those family pieces. So I'm like, yeah, like take my information. Like I'm happy to happy to clear out all of these pieces for because like a lot of people just don't know what to do with it. It's
yeah,
we don't entertain with 16-piece glassware settings anymore.
I
But
do, but
oh, sure,
because
sure.
I'm weird like you.
But like especially younger generations like don't have space for it either. But having like a pair of two, like that's manageable.
So once the candle is burned out, do you
Mhm.
like help people figure out how to clean it out so that they can use the glassware? And how do you advise them?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's because that's my whole goal is I want people to then enjoy the pair of glasses afterwards. And I do so every set I um have comes with a little stationery pack that includes the vintage information specific to those glasswares, the cocktail recipe, and then instructions on how to clean that out. So I'm not leaving anyone stranded. But basically what I recommend is like crumple a piece of tin foil and line the bottom of a baking dish and then do a low temp oven around like 150 or so and just turn your candle upside down so it'll drain out and then you can wipe it clean after it cools down.
I love it. Okay,
Yeah.
so if I'm looking at your studio right now, is
Yeah.
there like one like signature glass that you don't have trouble finding that always is like your staple?
Yes. Let me grab a couple.
Sure. So cute. I'm just looking at all of her great items in the background. All of her scents that she's got. Oh, like that was a glass that was in like every Ponderosa.
Yeah. So this style, um, so this is an amber version, but the line is called Park Lane. It's by a company called Colony Glass. And I can usually find that pretty
Yep.
readily available, like in a wide spectrum of colors. So like I have a lot of the amber ones right now that I'm gearing up for like fall
Yes.
type, fall type stuff, but I've done them in blue a lot. I've done clear ones as well. But I usually always have those. And then this one is Wexford by Anchor Hawking, which was when was this produced? I think they started in 1968 and discontinued around like 1998 or so. But I actually found this was a Facebook marketplace find where I basically got someone's grandmother's entire collection. So
Yep.
I think I have like 24 this is like the big wine glass. I have 24 of the small wine glass, 24 tumblers, and
Cute.
kind of the whole thing. And then the last one that I find pretty readily available is this is called Longchamp by a company called Cristal d'Arc. It's a French, I'm butchering that, but it's a French company. This was, this whole pattern started because it was made to be an affordable china for people who didn't want or couldn't afford like the really fine stuff, but wanted something upscale. So this was really a mass-produced china starting in like 1977 or so.
I feel like my mom has that whole set.
Yeah, it was really, really common, and a lot of people. So I have that in the wine glasses. I've got low balls of it. They make probably my favorite champagne coupe because it's like really wide and has a really squat base that is just fantastic for not only drinking, but also makes a great candle shape too.
Yes. Oh, I love it. All right. Well, it has been a blast to get to know you. If I find glassware, I will text you and be like,
absolutely.
hey, I see this. Congratulations on finding something that's not only like creative, cool in my realm with the cocktails and the food pairings, but also like that is a reusable situation. And like you're just bringing joy with the candle and then the joy of the glassware and then the joy of the potential of like entertaining and what that looks like. I love it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Super cute. Thanks for being with me today on Makers in Minnesota, Jess.
Absolutely. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.